Hi everyone, my name is Kayla and welcome back to Kay's Hidden Shelf where we talk about books. Today we're going to catch up on what my reading was like this past week, and I will be honest, it wasn't great. It was a pretty rough week, all things considered. I'd caught a cold, I lost my voice. It was just a bit all over the place, and so I didn't get as much reading in as I would have liked to. I still have the leftovers of the cold. I'm hoping it goes away soon. And I was also navigating a bit of a reading slump as well, which I will talk about. Essentially, when I get into reading slumps, I try different things and I will take a break from reading. I will try a different book and so on, and all these different things that can sometimes help in getting back in the bandwagon and finding that right book for the moment. However, let's talk about what I did manage to read this past week. First up, I made some progress in The Court of Broken Knives by Anna Smith Sparks. I didn't get too much further than I did before. I'm about 160 pages in at the moment. I'm taking my time with it. I know the buddy read, it's coming close to the end of January, but I would rather take my time and enjoy it rather than push myself through it faster than I am comfortable just for the sake of meeting a deadline. That way, too, my comprehension will be much better. I am enjoying this. I love the tone of the world, the circumstances that are going on. There is one POV that I'm not too keen on. There's one plot aspect that I like from this character named Orhan. However, there is a bit of a romantic relationship drama going on with Orhan, and personally, I'm not too keen on reading that kind of plot or subplot. However, the other circumstances that are going on, the major plot points, and a lot more of the history is being revealed. All of that I am really enjoying, so I am looking forward to continuing. Next, I picked up a novella called The Collector's Lost Things by Jessica A. McMinn. This is a novella as part of Sphinx or SFINCS. Now, despite this, I have actually withdrawn my rating review. I basically won't be putting forward anything for this novella as a part of our team due to a trigger that I ran into for myself, which ultimately landed me in a DNF. Initially, it started off really strong. It was very intriguing, assassins and so many dark scenarios that were very unexpected, and I absolutely loved the first half of it. However, as the story progressed, it began to get into other plots, including forbidden love and some sexual assault or abuse, and that's where I needed to put it down. So that is unfortunate. It happens. There could have been a content warning and I just missed it. That is totally on me. I'm putting it on myself. And it's just what happens with reading, especially when you're reading fantasy and getting into some darker themes. You're bound to run into content that's probably going to be triggering in some way, even if it wasn't included in the trigger warnings, because there's so many different themes and concepts that authors dive into. So no harm, no foul. It's just the way it happened. But unfortunately, it did not work for me. And like I said, my thoughts on it, DNFing, anything like that, none of it is going to be attributed to this book and its final score for the round 2 of SFINCS. So as I mentioned, I've been in a bit of a reading slump. It happens, especially this time of year for me. The holidays are busy. I don't get to read as much. I fall out of the habit of reading, and then January is always really busy for us as well. It's just that time of year, and I was really wanting to get my groove back with reading, and I wasn't sure how. I've tried different books, sampling all different kinds of stories to just get that feeling, that passion back, to jump back into a book. And then I remembered, there's a book I've been sitting on, waiting, saving for just this moment. And that is The Blue Flames by Jacqueline Hagan. I have been so excited to read and listen to this. The audiobook came out in December. I couldn't pick it up at the time because it is a chunker. It is a longer audiobook, but I wanted to wait until the right moment. And now is that time. I started the audiobook with the paperback this morning, and I'm already 7 chapters in. And it is just the thing I needed to get back into that reading mode. Now, if you're not familiar, this is book 3 in the Riverfall Chronicles by this author. It has been all 5 stars for me so far for book 1 and book 2. I'm predicting this is going to be another 5-star read, and I am just so glad to be back with these characters. I still need answers. I'm 7 chapters in, and I still need answers from what happened in book 2. I'm really looking forward to it. Jacqueline's writing is like coming home. Her world, her characters, all of it is just such a great feeling. And I know I'm in for a great story. So I am really glad that this is clicking in the time that I need it. And of course, I can't recommend this series enough, as well as the audiobook narration by Wayne Farrell. Just phenomenal. So highly, highly recommend you take a look at this series as well. And that is everything. Not a whole lot this week. Like I said, it was a bit slower, and probably for the best, as I wasn't really doing too well in terms of colds and whatnot. So as we get back into the flow of things, as that spark is being relit with the blue flames, things should pick back up in the coming week. I'd love to know what your reading was like though this past week. Was it good? Not as good as you hoped it would be? Are you eyeing a book to start next? Leave your comments down below. I always love hearing from you. As always, thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourselves.